Hi, what's up? Um, yeah, today we're back with another video, and it's something that I've been thinking about for a while. Another thing, I tend to think about a lot of things, and this one has, I don't know, I think it's yet another, like a, I don't know, like a psyop. Like we have been taught, it has been, ingrained in our minds, but we really never think about it that hard, you know? Like, okay, I'm just going to go straight away. Have you ever heard of the term high value? High value, when they say, like, oh, be a high value guy, be a high value man, what normally comes in your mind? Probably just, you know, money, status, etc., everything. But I've been thinking and I've learned that that is not really high value because when you're taught and you're being told, oh, I don't know, Kevin, be a high value guy, oh, George, be a high value guy, blah, 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 let's face the truth, like, not everyone is going to be, that kind of high value man, We're not all going to be like, successful. You're not going to all to be rich because if you're all rich, then who's gonna take care of the other, stuff, that runs the world, get it? So, from the lower level, it has to be from a capitalistic world. There has to be like classes. Some people are building this and that. So you have to like work your way up. You get? So yeah, I've always thought that that is a scam, and it's like something chasing you're chasing something that you'll never have. Even when you have it, sometimes you always feel like you're empty inside, and that brings me to my point. When they say like be like high value, I've always thought that the best thing to be high value in is actually in the values in themselves, like focusing on the inward, not the external. External, not everybody's gonna get to the top. That's the unfortunate truth in a capitalistic sense, or or how a capitalistic world is built up. It's not a socialism, or a communism, something like that. So something that everyone can be good at, it's in having good traits, inner traits, the inner stuff, like having the mental strength, having being good behavior, also being, it kind of correlates with the other topic I was talking about being selfish in a sense. So innate value is better because you have to, because it's something that first you can control. You can control for yourself, and it's more impactful because if you think about the way the world is, when people are, like people say, like now we are in the most, feminist world, not feminist in a sense, but a feminine world in a sense. We've all been people, men, most men are complaining, oh, because these women are being favored, the systems are, blah 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 blah. We've got there because we praise the wrong values, and the wrong values are there. Be rich, be, I'm not saying being rich is not bad. It's not bad. It's not innately bad, but it has been highly focused on what people are supposed to be, instead of having to focus on yourself first, the values, the inner values. So if we are very good in our inner values, we'll be able to have a more controlled world based on behavior, because not everyone is going to be at the top. As I keep on emphasizing that, but everyone can have good moral behaviors, good, like, even mental strength. Those are things that they are the causation of, a good world, you know treating somebody fairly, not just when it suits them, or because they have, some money or something, but because they have earned that. Yeah. So I've always thought high value, or I like to call it high earning. It's basically high earning. I've always called it a huge scam, and I think the world is concentrating on the wrong things, yeah, at the moment. But if we ever focus on the the inner qualities of what makes us, I think the world will be in a much better place. Yeah, and there are so many things we can learn from that. We'll be much more control, you know, with how we relate to people, and the world will be, like, how can I put it? The world will be so, like, focus on the outside, focus on what you can perform, instead we focus on how this person is from humanistic sense. So yeah, it kind of, draws back to our human nature. Yeah, but when you focus on, so outside, there's nothing. It's just, if you see me, like you see Kevin, you are seeing an object or something you can use to, to level up. But when you have innate values, those are, I think, for me, that they are high values, because when you have that, you always look at me from a humanistic sense. Yeah, there's a point I'm trying to put across there, and I think I'll create another video based on this. But I wanted you to first get the, the, like, the, I don't know what's the perfect word, say a taste or a grip of what I'm trying to put out here. Yeah, because it's not a common thing when people say high value, high value. Driving a Lambo. Okay, driving a Lambo is not bad, but not everybody's going to drive a Lambo. But everybody, almost everybody, can have, good quality behaviors, good, you can have it, how to interact with people. Almost everyone can do that. Yeah, it's within our reach, so we should concentrate on that before we expound it outside the world. Yeah, so that has been my point today. I'll probably expand in another video, and as I said, I'll start thinking of creating, I'm a huge pop culture guy. I like Hollywood stuff a lot. Yeah, so maybe I'll create new stuff. Maybe a versus comparisons. Maybe, let's say, maybe Superman versus Sentry. Yeah, yeah. We'll definitely delve on that. Yeah. So yeah, like, subscribe, and yeah, catch you later. Goodbye, evening, or whatever you are. Peace.